Do you believe that being resilient is a superpower? That being able to overcome challenges and adversities is what kind of makes you somewhat, I don't want to say supernatural, but it makes you powerful? Do you believe that resilience, that overcoming adversities makes you powerful? I believe that we are all powerful in some way. I believe that we are all gifted for something, even if we don't know it. Now, what super does anyone out there like action movies? Because the first thing that comes to mind is Avengers. And each Avenger had a special superpower. But when they put their superpowers together, they became almost unstoppable, right? So, what is your superpower? What is it about you that makes you special? Now, some of you might say, I don't think I'm special, and I don't think I have a superpower. But the fact that you find ways to survive is powerful. The fact that you find ways to show up for yourself even when you don't want to, and to take care of yourself and to take care of others and to take care of things that need to be taken care of, even though you don't want to do those things, is powerful. So don't take those things that you do on a day-to-day basis for granted because they are powerful. Can you imagine, let's say, as a mother, if you just decided to stop being a mother? What would happen, or a father? Sorry, fathers, I don't want to forget about you too. Okay, parents, if you just say, you know what, I'm tired of this parenting thing, I don't want to do it. Uh, I'm not going to be a mother anymore. I'm giving up on being a father. If you gave up on your children and they didn't have any food, you said, oh, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to buy any food, I'm not going to take them to school, I'm not going to help them with their homework, all the things that parents need to do and more because there's no manual on being a parent, so you just figure it out as you go. What if you just gave up on doing those things? What would happen to your children? You see, the children are relying on you to not give up on them. And so give yourself credit for not giving up. And that's just one example. You see what I'm saying? If you were to give up in certain situations, things would fall apart without you. Did you ever think about that? That maybe someone who depended on you and for your support, what would happen if you just stopped supporting them? Now, maybe some people need to be let go of, but that's a whole other story. I'm not talking about that, right? Shout out to you teachers. I'm an ESL teacher. What would happen if you just left the classroom? I'm done. Maybe some of you have. I've definitely thought about it. What would those kids would just be sitting there looking clueless, right? What would happen? So just think of the different scenarios of if you decided to give up on something, things would fall apart. See, you don't think that you're that special, but try giving up on certain things and see what happens. See what happens when you give up on people who love you and who benefited from your encouragement and your support. What would happen to those people? What would happen if you just walked out of work, right? It also doesn't benefit you if you don't have a plan, because then you're losing out too, right? What would happen if you gave up on being a parent? What would happen if you gave up at your job in general? What would happen if you gave up on yourself? You see, this is what makes you powerful. Can you see it now? You are a lot more powerful than you think you are. So I just want to say that I truly believe that being resilient is a superpower, because it's something that you might think everybody has, but it's not easy for everybody to be resilient. But at some point, we have all been resilient. So If you can't think about any other superpowers, then let this be yours. Your resilience is your superpower. Peace.